Okay, hello. I'll do the scripted introduction then. Hello, everyone. My name is Priyanka Sagu, and today is July the 30th. Uh, After very long, we are recording one of the APAC sessions as well, and hopefully it ends up on the right channel. So today we have a lot of people on the call. As that's another reason why we are recording as well, and newcomers as well. So I have shared the link to the document in the chat. I know we do not have any newcomer who haven't ever introduced themselves. So I think I will just still ask if anyone wants to introduce on recording, or if not, we can get going. So there is some things that I've added to the agenda under some sub projects, but so let me do this first. Let me just go through the agenda items very quickly because those are FYI items, and then I have two help wanted stuff at the end of the agenda as well that I will just quickly go through, and then if we have more items from the audience, we can go through them. So super quickly, can I just get a thumbs up if my screen is shared, because now the recording is up. Okay, perfect, thank you, Sai. So the first item I have is under mentoring. Uh, just a FYI for everybody, uh, Kubernetes SIGs, two of the Kubernetes SIGs are participating in the LFX Term 3. There is a project coming from SIG instrumentation around kube state metrics. I think it's merged now. So this one is, I think, open for whatever is the next process in the LFX Term 3 internship program. And then there is also another PR open from Kubernetes SIG UI in Headlamp project, which there is a bit of a confusion whether it's coming from Kubernetes or it's coming from the Headlamp CNCF project itself. But uh, reg- regardless, Headlamp is one of the projects under SIG UI as well. So it's the same thing. So just an FYI, if anyone in the call or listening to the recording or going through the notes later on wants to participate, there are two projects. And I think there is one more as well from Kubernetes proper itself, Paco Shu and wait, my pop-ups are blocked. Let's see. Um, okay, my machine is acting up, but if any one of you can open up the link and see if there is a project just listed under Kubernetes as well and add to that section, that would be really good.
The
Okay.
headlamp one.
No, there is one, I think, right. Let me check. I just managed to open it, but I know the screen is not properly shared, but still I'll just. So it's like right under Kubernetes itself. Uh, let's see, LFX term. Anyway, I'll put a link. I don't want to keep
All
the
right.
agenda going. So next up from me, I have is moderation and media. These are some of the items that I just wanted to drop here for the sub projects lead to look at. So not really any action item for folks wanting to contribute, but there are a few requests that we have from moderation coming to Google Drive folders requests, one password access requests, and some discussion items related to calendar issues. So I'll just leave through them. Those are an FYI for the leads looking at it. From GitHub management subproject, the only big update we have is the cleanup is finished last week or last to last week. Uh, People who were slated for removal are removed, and uh, anyone who was granted exception can follow up with their new membership requests, and that's it. The people who we granted exception on basis of SIG leads sponsorship or vouching. The only thing is they will be re-reviewed in 6 months time, so we'll not wait for the next audit itself. We'll do a separate review for their activity in 6 months time and take a call again if they are active or they should be removed. um, I know elections are project. I did not write anything, but I know we have the election officers selected now and alternates also. And we are late by 3 weeks time for starting, like for kicking off the election cycle, the whole process, but should be happening soon now that we have the people uh, in place. So I'll just come to the open mic discussion items last, because those are few two help needed items we have. Um, I would not say they are like um, they are neither good first issue, they are neither not good first issue. So if anyone is willing to like take on some work for few weeks time, uh, these are items for that. So number one I have is, we have this tool called Tempelis. um, just a brief about the tool itself. It's for syncing, so for configuring the Slack configuration, so all the members and then channels we have, and then the members under each channel, or things like Slack groups, Slack teams. Like if we are tagging anybody with @Slack admins, means it is tagging a few set of people who are under that Slack group. So all those things are managed by a tool called Tempelis, and the Tempelis looks at some code configuration that we provide to it in YAML format and reconcile that in our Slack infrastructure. So the requirement here is, if anybody who is, let's say, adding a new team to Slack today, and they create a PR creating that new team or new channel and adding a few people underneath that, let's say they miss one of the steps required, we don't have a way before the PR merges right now to check whether whatever is coming in the PR itself is correct or not. We do have a way to check it after the PR is merged, and that happens today via this post submit job. What we want is, we want an equivalent job. uh, okay, I should let's see. So this is the job, post submit job that we have called post community templates apply. And what this job does, I can discuss or I can help understanding this if somebody actually assigns it to themselves. But what we want is, we want something similar to this, a similar job, but that's a pre-submit. So the first step would be to understand, or if anyone already understand, but pre-submit, post-submit, periodics job are in PROW infrastructure, maybe it's a good first issue for them. So this is a requirement. We want a pre-submit job that catches those configuration errors at the time when PR is not merged. PR is still open, reviews are going on, etc., etc. So what first iteration in my suggestion would be, just to look at this uh, post submit itself and try just converting it into a pre submit and merging it and seeing if we open a PR, um, changing some configurations in Slack space workspace, does it catch those errors or not? Any warnings, or does it feedback those kind of errors back into the PR itself via PROW? um, if it does not, then maybe the next step would be to write a simple script to verify those configurations and run that script as part of a pre-submit job. So I can discuss it more. I just added this few bits here in the document itself. I think what I should do is create a GitHub tracking issue, and then if somebody is interested, they can um, carry on the discussion there, and I can try answering some questions there. So that's just one item. And the other item, firstly, anybody have any questions? If you have any questions, feel free to like come on mic or put them in the chat, uh, or if you want to look, uh, like spend some time reading through it and follow up with your questions later on, that's also fine. So um, and I'll keep the conversation going then. The other item we have is a documentation piece. But this also is a documentation that ideally GitHub admins should be doing, but since none of us have been able to come to it, I will just open it up to the people. um, we have everything written down in um, communication moderation, this document, around what does moderating on GitHub means for GitHub admins. But I think recently there was a ask to move out the GitHub admin stuff uh, from this catch-all moderation document to a specific GitHub admins targeting moderation document itself. So part of this would be reading, like what is required is reading this document and seeing, just grabbing all the GitHub admins bit out of this. Not we are going to like duplicate. We'll leave everything as it is here, but also create a new document, just collecting everything that applies to GitHub admins in a new document and add it under um, Kubernetes slash community slash GitHub management folder. So that is the requirement. Some like new markdown document here in this path, um, something called GitHub admins moderation or GitHub moderation.md, and then collect everything here. What I would suggest is, if anyone is thinking of taking this issue, just go through the document once, whatever is existing, and then whatever is your understanding, just drop that in a comment, get a review from GitHub admins, and then start the documentation itself. So and then even if you want to just write first and then ask GitHub admins for review, that is also fine. But just the whole idea is do the documentation and get a review from GitHub admins. That's all. So those are the two items I had for help wanted areas. I'm happy to help anybody, maybe like not in a one-on-one setting, but definitely on the issue I can try to respond um, to the questions on the GitHub issue itself or in Slack channel in SIG ContribEx. That's all I had. And now I am open to any questions or any items we want to discuss outside this agenda. Yes, Sandeep.
Hello, Priyanka. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Uh,
Yes.
okay. So I think uh, the one question that I have is that you are looking for like GitHub moderation, correct? So the GitHub moderation is basically not only for admins but for everyone, correct?
Yes, that's correct. But there are some things that like require admins to perform some moderation actions. For example, like m- the biggest like example, most frequent one we can see in GitHub management channel in Slack. A lot of people, when they find spam activity across different repositories, etc., they come and inform the GitHub admins. But only GitHub admins, or I think repo owners, something like that, they only have the access to uh, block people. I think repo admins can block people just on the repo level itself. But if somebody is like consistent and they are like sending spam content across repository, then it's the GitHub admins who would ban them or block them from the org for so and so time. So things like that comes under moderation, and I think part of those are already like almost all should be there in that document. But the idea is like there is just that the documentation that I'm talking about, it's communication slash moderation.md. Let me put a link. This one is just, this one covers moderation of everything, I think. So we want a specific moderation document for GitHub moderation, or moderation on GitHub itself. So not necessarily targeting the audience is not necessarily GitHub admins, but anybody who is looking at uh, moderation activities on GitHub. That's the idea. So
Okay, perfect.
the
So
I
now
think that,
one more question.
yeah.
Just
Mhm.
just a few minutes back, you were showing some GitHub page. What was the link for that?
Uh, Wait. So can you like tell me
No, it is
what
not the
my
page that you put in the chat because that. No, this I know because this issue you have already linked in the document in the agenda. Yeah, this
okay.
page.
So I was saying the new documentation will land under this path, community/GitHub management folder. So we'll be creating a new markdown document. If you meant this page, I was just showing what would be the uh, place for the new document.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that
Would you?
all of that, yes,
Yeah. Tell me, you have a feeling that all of?
all of that is documented in this issue description here, but still, if there are doubts, feel free to just drop questions here.
Okay.
I
This.
mean,
I
not
mean,
just you. You can
this
ask me
GitHub
here.
link.
Yeah,
Can you please
yeah.
this this GitHub link? Can you please put it in the agenda?
Yes, yes, I can do that. Yeah,
Uh,
no worries. Okay,
Oh, thank you, Priyanka. Thanks so much.
no worries. Thank you for your questions, Sandeep. Um, I'm not able to like type much on this document today. I don't know what my docs tab is doing, but I will drop a link, Sandeep, there.
No worries. It's all right. All right.
Anything else we have? Also, thank you, Sayak. I saw you were triaging a few stale issues, or some issues that you were working on which were stale
Yeah,
and you removed the stale part. So thank you. I saw
yeah.
that, and uh,
No, I'll keep doing those things as and when the notifications come.
maybe just do put a frozen something. There
Maybe
is
we
a
should freeze it.
there is a
Yeah,
yeah, there is a in the bot comment itself, it will tell you what is the label that you need to
yeah,
apply to freeze the state. So just do that. Oh, okay. Any beginner friendly issues, work for infra side of things? I don't know, for infra side of things, like I on top of my head don't know about them, Yusuf, but I am sure there will be some good first issues for that. SIG KTS infra would be able to help, but this one is also, if you want like any of these two items, especially the pre-submit job one, I would call it a good first issue itself. But let's say a week worth of studying before, and then it's a good first issue itself. Yeah, so anybody can pick it up, and we do not need it right away. So I would not say, oh, it's a time bound thing, we need it done right away. It's just a thing that we know we need to have this job. So if you want to, let's say, take a month's time learning what is proud, learning what are proud. In fact, let me find out a link, and I'll put that in the agenda for anybody who wants to learn about proud jobs. So we did a talk a while back, a while as in I think like many years back, um, around how to read proud jobs or how to find proud jobs. So if anyone is interested in learning about Yeah, this is a talk. In fact, I did it and Jason did it. Um, Jason Braganza. Uh, we explain what are the different kind of prow jobs that are there and what is the format of writing different prow jobs, etc., etc. So all that is there. But even if you have doubts, feedback, I would be happy to add on any new things that I learned after that talk. So maybe that's a good place to get started, though, if anyone is just beginning to learn. And that, to answer your question, Yusuf, the prow is like the biggest piece of infrastructure we have in the Kubernetes project. So this is just a very like tiny bit of it, but if you want to understand uh, about prow itself, a lot of our infrastructure related automation, so every automation, think automated test, automated image publishing, creating, building, etc., etc., all that happens on prow today. So if you are interested, and not in just contributing but learning, I would say spend some time on prow. And when I say prow, I mean, so I mean this infrastructure bit that we know, prow.creators.io, and there is a repo for that. This is the repo where prow code base sits, and this is the repo where prow
And pro
configurations. Yeah.
the pro
Yes.
dashboard is very cool, Priyanka.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, I will just be passing that credit or appreciation to Prow people. And in fact, Prow is one space, to be honest, where which is very much lacking in maintainers. So there are a lot of people who, the original people who built Prow and who were maintaining Prow, they have all moved on, and or they have taken more work within the project. So this particular piece of software, Kubernetes can't be like, we would not have a single release if Prow goes down today. It's that much important. So if you end up like, if you are willing to, let's say, contribute to some long term area, and willing to spend some time learning Prow code, like spend some time understanding Prow, which itself, it's a very like um, complicated, not super complicated, but it's a not easy code base itself, because there's a lot of things involved. But you can like get started and ask a lot of questions, because people are really looking forward to help here, hands on, like full-time help here. So this is a good place to work on. And the last thing I wanted to send was Proud documentation. uh this so, Proud is a huge like infrastructure thing. You would need like a lot of infrastructure to set up a whole Proud instance like Kubernetes, but there are like quick start guides here for spinning up a Proud, like in the least, like Minikube or K3s or Kind, etc. Those are like quick start ways to spin up a Kubernetes cluster. There is some guide here for uh, getting a Proud instance started quickly for just learning purpose. So this is a documentation, and this, by I mean this documentation, docs.proud.creators.io. So
Yeah.
yeah, so yes, Kandi.
So one question, like, is there a Slack channel or like a group or somewhere which I can join if you want to learn more about Pro, or like how regularly they meet?
I so I don't really know if people meet regularly just for Prow, but I know that there is a channel called Prow in like Kubernetes Slack, and Prow itself like comes under SIG testing. like joint ownership of SIG testing, SIG KTS infra. So those would be the people that you will be talking to if you want to, let's say, talk to the people who own Prow. But I honestly don't know if there is a meeting, regular meeting. That is something like really good. I should, I mean, like Prow repo should mention it. Let's see.
Yusuf Madhav is really a very, very great guy. So even he also, when I was struggling, he also suggested me to join this ContribEx group. And joining this group has been really wonderful for me. So hopefully it will be even more wonderful for you.
Oh, I did not see that you mentioned Madhav. Yes, Madhav is amazing.
Yeah, that is the reason,
I'll
Priyanka. That is the reason of telling him that thanks to Madhav, I actually joined ContribEx.
I'll make sure I pass Madhav another thank you from my side that I get regular people joining the calls and not just joining, talking. Uh, But yeah, that's all I had, Yusuf. Uh, for infrastructure side, but I can like give you more links on where the current Kubernetes infrastructure, like deployed infrastructure configuration set, but I will not like overwhelm you right away with them. You can ask questions if you figure out something. Like if you want to dig deeper into one area and you think you need resources, just feel free to ask. um, I Yeah, I'll leave at that because I was going to give you one more link. Maybe I'll just give it. um, I don't know if I'm sharing this link or maybe let me do a fresh share.
Okay.
uh
Priyanka,
yes, yes.
ah, yeah, thanks for the plethora of links. It's very good. Uh, I'm just feeling there is so much I still need to learn from you.
Oh, I just learn like almost on everyday basis. Kubernetes is a huge project, so uh, I believe other than few people, in fact, though everybody is learning. So since the project is moving so fastly, uh, the more you catch up, the more there is to still catch up on every single day basis. I was just like sharing Yusuf. This ktest.io is one place where a lot of Terraform related stuff, if that's what you meant by infra side of things, a lot of infrastructure which is deployed, um, the automated script from Ansible, Terraform, etc., sits inside this repo. Kate is right, but I'll say um, uh, this is more for people who know what they are doing. So not newcomers you would see picking up issues or contributing there. It's like people who have access to elevated access or escalated access to the infrastructure itself. They would be sending PRs there. So but if you are interested in infra side, I would say join this channel, Securitas Infra, and they do have, I believe, a meeting that fits with the late night, like around 8, 9, 10 p.m. for India. So maybe just join one of them and see if that fits you. Yeah. Okay, so um, that's all I have, and I do see we're good 35 minutes into the call, so I'll just check one more time if we have anything more to discuss or any random thing, any random items, not necessarily from related to sub projects here, but anything that you are doing you want to share, or if not, that's also fine, then we will conclude the call. And since I know that everyone on the call is coming to KubeCon, so see you all at KubeCon. I'm excited. And Sai, I did see your slides. I know this is not the place to say, but the ContribEx slides that you created, they're nice. I like the what would I say, emoji, the person, the black like shadow person.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
shadow is a very wrong word, but anyway, you get the point.
Yeah.
Um,
The silhouettes. Yeah.
yeah. What did you say? Say again.
Silhouettes.
Silhouettes. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
That's the word. Thank you. I will now remember to use it properly. Yeah, but I like the slides. That's the point. And one more thing I wanted to say. Um, what was that? What was that? Rahul, yes, I wanted to say thank you for all your contributions toward LWKD and contributor comms. I saw you being active there uh, from the last time we talked, which is about 2 weeks back, 2 weeks ish back,
Yeah,
I
right.
think, or two or maybe four a month back. So great work. Like you really jumped onto contributor com stuff right away after that call. Great stuff.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks. Yeah, thank you.
Um, okay, then I'm done. Maybe we do another countdown for 3 to 1 if anyone has any more topics, and I will also stop the recording.